Henyard, Tiffany Henyard, y'all. Some may argue one of the most corrupt politicians this country has seen. I would definitely probably put her top 20. There's a lot of corrupt politicians, so I definitely put her top 20. So she is in the news again. She loses her Township Thornton nomination, and it's crazy because this seat was paying her, I think she was getting paid $250,000, like $250,000 a year, which is a lot. But she, if you know, she holds 2 seats. So this is one of the seats that she lost. Before we begin, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications so you're notified whenever I post a new video. Follow me on my social media as we're on the road to 100,000 subscribers because we can do all things through Christ who strengthens us. We're gonna go ahead and watch this little clip. Just, it's a lot, guys. It's not funny. It's just because it's not funny mainly because of the amount of people that she's taking advantage of. But it's just so wild to me that this is actually real life. And this is reality. So let's go ahead and get started.
A vote last night in the south suburbs could mark the beginning of the end of Tiffany Henyard's reign as Thornton Township Supervisor.
After some political maneuvering, she lost the Democratic nomination for supervisor to a state senator. Eric Wrong live in the newsroom to explain more on this political chess game. Eric.
Well, good morning. Henyard and her slate of candidates lost to State Senator Napoleon Harris. It was done through a caucus instead of a primary vote at the polls, a process that hasn't been used in decades there, and a process Henyard says was unfair.
Before last night's Democratic caucus, Thornton Township Supervisor Tiffany Henyard chatted with supporters and exuded confidence.
What do you do tonight if you don't get the Democratic Party's nomination?
What do you mean? I will be victorious tonight. You
Delusion.
will see. My people out here. They're not going to go nowhere. The show will go on.
But they did beat her in an overwhelming fashion.
The Democratic nominee for supervisor is Napoleon Harris.
Henyard has caught the ear of people she represents and the eye of federal investigators who are questioning her use of taxpayer money for trips and fancy dinners.
I've said for a while, it's like, grassroots. It was organic when a lot of this things started at the township. Where the people were, just showing their displeasure.
Last night's decision to hold a caucus for the nomination instead of a primary was Harris's decision and his decision alone as Thornton Township's Democratic committeeman. After the vote, Henyard tried to protest the process.
How you ain't let the people be heard?
She then beelined it to a waiting black SUV and didn't take questions from reporters. Her allies, however, did.
This is the biggest. This is a fraud.
They say Henyard supporters weren't allowed into the gym for their voices to be heard.
This is criminal. I would easily say hundreds of people that were not allowed in to be a part of the process.
Henyard and her supporters want the process to be investigated. Harris dismissed their complaints.
People were getting let in at the proper time. We had a caucus. And the people voted for us slated candidates to represent them.
Now, the general election will be held in April. Henyard, who is also the mayor of Dalton, can still run for Thornton Township Supervisor, but she'd have to do it as a write-in candidate. A special Thornton Township board meeting has been scheduled for tomorrow, and finances are on the agenda. We're live in the newsroom. I'm Eric Rung, WGN News.
Oh, wow. So she can still run just as a write-in candidate. I thought she could run as an independent, so her name won't be on the ballot. But y'all, I'm not even, at first, whenever this situation was unraveling, there was conversations around them making it a race thing until you do research and you're like, no, this has nothing to do with race. This woman is so corrupt. She was actually even interviewed on Roland Martin. I don't know if y'all seen the interview, but it was not a really good interview. Roland Martin even came back and said that, we would want to invite her back. We have more questions to ask her, but it's just why would she come back? You should have asked her the first time. It was very much it wasn't even a softball interview. It was more so what's softer than a softball? It was just more what's the purpose of this interview? He didn't grill her on anything. I don't think his it just wasn't giving, but that's neither here or there. Tiffany Henyard, she is Child. Like, I'm usually not even speechless, because if you look into the stuff that she's being accused of and where taxpayer money is going, like in that small town, mind you, it is a small town. And the fact that she was holding 2 seats, which she had rightfully so, legally, she can hold those 2 seats. But the supervisor seat was the one where she was getting paid $250,000, allegedly $250,000 a year. So I think that people were fed up. People were very, very much fed up, and that is an understatement, rightfully so. But let me know your thoughts on the comments down below. Let me let it out. Let it out. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications so you're notified whenever I post a new video. Follow me on my social media as we're on the road to 100,000 subscribers, because we can do all things through Christ who strengthens us. I love y'all all. God bless y'all. This is Uduak, connecting people with policy. Toodles.